Today I'm going to share with you what negative ions are, how they impact your health, your biology, your mood, your emotions, and so much more. So, what are negative ions? Negative ions are negatively charged particles that have one more electron than their counterpart, positive ions. So, negative ions are electrical particles that are negatively charged, and positive ions are particles that are positively charged. It's really a tongue twister once you get into the electrical charging and whatnot. What's important to keep in mind here is that you as a human being are an electrical being. You have a nervous system. Think of this as the hardwiring within your body, and this is the electrical system of your body. So these different components, positive ions and negative ions, affect your biology and they affect your health because you are electrically charged and sort of upregulated or downregulated by electrical signaling molecules such as ions. So it's important to keep in mind that negative ions are typically found in nature. So you get negative ions from moving water, waterfalls. You actually get electrons when you walk barefoot on the earth. This is known as earthing or grounding. And those electrons, when they build up, they create negative ions. So negative ions are really from fresh air and moving water and touching the earth with your bare skin. These are kind of the top three ways to get negative ions in your body, in your life from nature. And what I love about this is it really aligns with healthy, wild, free. The goal to be healthy is to be wild. And by being wild, it means being outside, getting in sunshine, getting negative ions and these types of things. Now, what's important to keep in mind here is that negative ions are negatively charged particles and they are more cooling in nature. What I mean by that is the wind and moving water, these are sort of cooling elements. And what's interesting is that positive ions are more, they're indoors and they're also more around technology. So things that create heat. So what's interesting is that when we have more positive ions in our environment as compared to negative ions, we tend to deal with more inflammation, anxiety, stress, and this is sort of the heating up of our body. It's this sort of dysregulation of creating a dysbiosis, if you will, of our cells and of our body as a whole. So negative ions are more the cooling, calming, relaxing effect on the body. And what's interesting is that these ions, both positive or negative ions, will actually bind to our body. So they land on our skin because our skin is electrically charged. So they land on our skin and we inhale them through our nose or in through our mouth, and they get into our lungs and they get into our body. So the environment that we live in is either higher in positive ions or negative ions based on how much nature we're exposed to or how much pollution and indoor electronics we're exposed to. Remember that electronics actually emit positive ions, these positively charged particles that cause us stress, anxiety. They affect our breathing patterns. They actually create all sorts of issues. So I'm going to read 3 studies with you that were done on negative ions to illustrate the point and the health benefits of negative ions. So there's a 2013 review analyzing the effect of negative ion exposure on emotional states, and it found that a high density negative ion treatment was associated with significant improvements in mental health, notably depression, both seasonal affective disorder, which is SAD, and chronic depression. So literally negative ions improve your mood, they make you feel happier, they reduce anxiety and sadness and depression. A 2018, this is the second study, a 2018 meta-analysis of 100 years of reports and studies found that negative ion therapy leads to allergy relief, dust, mold, and other allergens. It reduces the effects of those. It helps to regulate sleep patterns, so it improves your sleep quality. It helps to regulate mood, reduce stress, boost immune system function, and increase metabolism of carbohydrates, which are sugars, and fat. It kills or inhibits the growth of harmful bacteria, including bacteria responsible for tuberculosis, viruses, and mold species. Moving on to the third study. The third study is 2 separate studies performed a negative ion treatment for athletes found that negative ions can improve physical performance by significantly reducing TNF-A, an injury-associated inflammatory cytokine. So once again, negative ions reduce inflammation and positive ions cause more inflammation. This reduces muscular overload, causing fatigue, and it accelerates recovery time, decreasing the total sweat rate and minute ventilation, VE, and increasing O2 pulse. So it helps your blood get more oxygen, it reduces inflammation, and it helps you perform better as an athlete. It helps you breathe better, feel more calm, less anxious, less depressed, sleep better, breathe better, feel better, think better, move better. I mean, what more could you want from negative ions? So those three studies really illustrate the value of negative ions and why we want to spend more time in nature, more time getting fresh air, more time in the waterfalls, in the oceans. Like TLC said, don't go chasing waterfalls. I'm telling you, rewrite the script, chase waterfalls, get in the ocean, get in the waterfalls, get in the streams, the rivers, the lakes, get in that moving water, because those are full of negative ions and these are beneficial for your health. Now, what's also cool and kind of interesting here is I actually created this chart here, and in this graph, you'll see that essentially indoor environments have less negative ions and more positive ions, and outdoor environments, including environments that are moving water, have higher levels of negative ions. So you'll see that thunderstorms give you the most negative ions. So whenever there's a thunderstorm, it might be good to crack your window to let some of those negative ions into your home. Similarly, waterfalls and rivers, lakes, oceans, crashing waves in the ocean, these are rich in negative ions as well. So these are great places to immerse yourself in those negative ions, to inhale them into your lungs, but also get them on your skin topically. And this is going to reduce stress and give you all these different health benefits. So that's kind of the synopsis of positive ions and negative ions. I hope this video was helpful for you. There are different ways to reduce positive ions in your home, really by opening your windows and getting fresh air in the home. Getting a moving water feature in your home is valuable as well, because this actually creates negative ions in your home. Salt lamps can be helpful. Additionally, just having plants and oxygen, more fresh oxygen, can also be helpful. And additionally, you can actually, I have this really cool little device. It's called a Thera O3, and it has an ion setting on it. As you can see right there, ion. The ion setting, it has an ion setting and it has an O3 setting. The O3 setting is ozone and the ion setting is negative ions. So this is portable. It charges with the old cell phone cord, as you can see right there. And you can turn ions on. And I literally, what I do to be more strategic is I put the ion setting on, and then I have it facing my laptop, my computer, when I'm working, because my laptop is emitting positive ions. So I'm literally counteracting those positive ions with negative ions. So this is a really cool portable way to get negative ions into your environment, into your home. You can travel with it. It's exceptional. And then the O3 is ozone, and that's good for killing viruses, pathogens, bacteria, things like that. So this is fantastic. It's only like $100 something bucks, and it's totally worth it. It's portable. So that's a really cool little piece of technology that I personally recommend. If you want to reduce the positive ion load in your home and have more negative ions, it's also probably a good idea to get a full air purifier. I recommend the Air Doctor purifier. It's a high quality air purifier. It removes like 99.9% of contaminants, and it's just going to remove a lot of these contaminants from your home and make it easier for negative ions to thrive and positive ions to sort of get moved out of the way. So portable, cheaper tools like this are great. Air Doctor air filter is great. I'll put those links below. And then additionally, just getting more antioxidants in your diet. Antioxidants are electron donors, and electron donors help your body to create and build more negative ions. So walking barefoot on the earth, getting immersed in water, these are giving your body electrons, but then those electrons create negative ions. So another great process for that is Radiate 21. It's a supplement that contains 4 of the top 10 highest rated ORAC antioxidants in the world. And these antioxidants are essentially electron donors for your body. Electron donors help your body to maintain that homeostasis and to not have as many positive ions build up in your body, in your nervous system, in your lungs. And this formula was actually created during the Rona, so it has a lot of lung and breathing things that are beneficial within it as well. So the cool thing about negative ions is that negative ions are beneficial if you have allergies or any breathing issues or, mental, emotional health challenges. Negative ions, just immersing yourself in negative ions, getting in nature, getting in the waterfall, getting in the ocean, getting that fresh air, walking barefoot on the earth, doing these things more often, cracking the windows in your home is going to be helpful and beneficial for you to feel healthier, but also be healthier. And I just love this device. So I'll put all these links below with more information if you want to utilize technology to give your environment and your body more negative ions to counteract those positive ions. I hope you enjoyed this video. My name is David Benjamin from Healthy Wild Free. Please like, favorite, comment, and share this video below. Leave your comments and questions and subscribe because I'll be making more videos and I would love to see you in a future video. Cheers.